Oh, hello there. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, I want to talk about how we can share source code across our dotnet MAUI applications. It's a question I get all the time, which is, hey, dotnet MAUI applications jam all their source code into a single project. What if I want to share that stuff across multiple projects? Well, today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and some things you may want to consider. So tune in. Hey everyone, I'm James and I'm back with another video. This time, a very common question from all of you, which is how do I properly share source code across different applications, and how could I actually take that source code and package it up into a NuGet package and share it with the world? Well, today we're going to take a look at that. Now, if you remember back in our Xamarin and xamarin.forms days, we would use things like .NET standard libraries to put all of our source code and then share it with our iOS, Android, and Windows applications. With .NET MAUI, everything is inside of a single project. Now, under the hood, it's multi-targeting the different application types, which means there is no .NET standard or class library there. It's just all in Android, all in iOS, or all in Mac. And you can access platform capabilities through conditional compilation or through adding source code into the platform folders, which I showed you last time in a previous video, and I'll put it up over there somewhere, basically, and how to access those native APIs. But what if you want to create a reusable component, so like a custom control that is shared across different applications? Or you want to create your own NuGet library that's a sort of a plugin model to access device capabilities and share that with the world. You may not want to shove it directly in to your .NET MAUI application. You may want to create a class library for .NET MAUI to do that. So let's take a look. All right. Over here, I've been using this MAUI DI sample for dependency injection that I've added like Bluetooth permissions to. I've done this recent internet check thing, which actually does a little pop-up down here on Android specifically, and it's really, really cool. So I'll put a link to this source code below in the show notes as always, but this little check internet pop-up down here is a little toast. So instead of doing a little pop-up every time I do this, it accesses the toast. So here in check internet, we can see that when I click on that button, it checks the connectivity built into .NET MAUI. If it has internet, it makes this toast, which is iToast. iToast is my own interface that has a single method on it called make toast. You got to make some toast sometimes. And then there's different implementations on Android, on iOS, on Mac, and on Windows. Now, these don't do anything because I just haven't implemented them, but they live specifically in these platform folders, right? Okay, so what if I didn't want all of my sort of toaster implementations to live inside of these platform folders? What if I wanted to share it into other applications? Well, we would create a .NET MAUI class library. So all I got to do is right-click on the solution, say Add New Project. Now, there's two things that I want to note. One is that you could totally just create a normal class library. All right. Here we can see class library. This would just target .NET 6 or even .NET Standard, and you would add that exactly the same as any other project ever, forever, 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 forever. But if you want to access platform-specific capabilities, that's where the .NET MAUI class library comes in. So we're going to create that. I'm going to say MAUI app di.shared. That's what I'm going to name it. We'll target .NET 6 right now. I'm going to add it in. Now, when we look at this, it's going to look pretty similar to our .NET MAUI application with a platforms folder. The difference is if we drop down, there's not all that extra stuff in it. So if I go to the drop down of here, we can see resources, manifests, activity types. We also have a resources folder with all of our shared code in there. Not here. Here we just have simple class library implementations that you could implement platform-specific code in, which is kind of cool. All right. You also have a shared class. So this would be shared across all of them, which is kind of amazing at the same time. If we double tap on the shared project here, what we're going to note is that it is multi-targeted. This is going to give us a .NET 6, Android, iOS, Mac, Catalyst, and a Windows one as well. It uses MAUI, which means I have access to all the APIs. I have a single project here, and I also have implicit usings enabled as well. And of course, I can go ahead and just simply set all the platform code there. What's also cool is that I can come and I can actually hit this pack button here, and that'll create the NuGet for me automatically. So that's kind of spectacular. It's going to build it up. And if I do nothing, this will automatically create a NuGet package for me. So if I actually go over into my code and go into my bin, we can see there's my NuGet package. It's like it's there already. Like you can set a bunch of different properties on it, but sure enough, I have a NuGet package that I could share, which is cool. Okay, let's go ahead and actually implement some code here. Let's go ahead and actually put that toaster implementation in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to move my iToast down into the base level here for shared. And let's go ahead and delete that class 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over into each platform and I'm going to drag and drop the toaster implementation into the Android folder, just like that. Go ahead and see it up here. There we go. So now it's in here, toaster. I'm going to go over, let's go ahead and pull this out actually so you all can see it. I can now go into iOS, drag that down into the iOS folder. I'm going to go ahead and delete these as well from up here so I can actually like go and get it. So delete these toasters. Good, good, good. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's remove that iToast. Good, good, good. Cool. And then now let's go ahead and move the Mac Catalyst toaster down into Mac Catalyst. Delete it from here. Amazing. And then let's move our Windows one down as well into our Windows folder, just like that. Delete that there. Good to go. And of course, if I had a Tizen implementation, I would add it there too. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete these class 1s. There we go. So just delete that from there. We don't need those. And just like that, we have all of our toasters, right? And we have our iToast. Now we have our namespaces here. So if we wanted to, we could clean those up and put Maui app.share.helpers, for example, we could do that there. But we have everything I need. And of course, since we're using .NET MAUI, as you saw inside the CS Proj, means I still have access to those platform capabilities at the end of the day, which is really, really nice. Now I can, of course, still come up and I can still pack it, at the same time, which is cool, which means, yet again, when I go into my shared bin and debug, I have that package there now packaging up those native capabilities. I could share that on the internet to anybody, which is really, really cool. But I want to share it with this application. So I'm going to add it as a project reference, just like that, and hit save. And if we go into our Maui app DI, we'll see at the bottom that this has added a new item group with Maui app di.shared. All right, so make sure you save that there. Go back into my Maui project and note that my toaster is still available. And if I click on it and go to definition, we can see that this toaster is inside of our Maui app shared, for example. If I go into my Android one here, I can of course go into the toaster. And now again, we hover over, it's inside of the shared project as well. So when I compile this up, we're gonna go ahead and see in our Android toast that I have this here. And we're gonna now have a fully decoupled class library using .NET MAUI and Android, and iOS, and Windows APIs that's shareable in this application, but of course with the world, now that's part of a NuGet package. So it's actually really, really cool. And I kind of like taking this source code, the stuff that I'm not changing a lot, and put it into another library, because then it doesn't have to recompile it every single time, right? Because nothing will change in here, which is quite nice. So as long as you've gone in and you've added those different project references, you're totally good to go. And I do like that, when you add it to the main dependencies node, it trickles down into everything else. All right, let's give this a few seconds here to compile up and then get our source code shared in this application. All right, our application's up and running. Let's check internet, and sure enough, the current activity is the main activity, so it all handles all that stuff elegantly for us. Hit continue, and sure enough, internet I have, which is super duper cool. So that is really, really cool, being able to break away and create a shared library that can be NuGeted up and then of course put into your CI/CD system automatically. Now I do this with a bunch of my libraries. I have some that only target .NET MAUI, some that are still targeting Xamarin, back and forth. So you can take a look at some of those, like my in-app billing plugin. I'll put links to everything below that I talked about today, including this source code sample, so you can take a look at it. Hopefully this answered most of your questions. If you have more questions, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, I know you know that I want you to hit that like button down there, because that goes into that YouTube algorithm of ridiculousness that goes ahead and recommends it to other folks that maybe are looking for similar content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you get up-to-date info whenever I put out a video right here on my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this really helped all of you sharing more code and accessing those native APIs in that shared code as well and sharing with the world. Love to see and hear the plugins that you're creating, so feel free to drop a comment below. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Super appreciate it. Have a good one.